Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my tea farms. In today's video, I'm going to tell you what I gained. I started poultry with just $37. Then in today's video, I'm going to tell you how much I made in 30 days. I started poultry farm with just $37, and in 30 days, I got this result. But I also made one mistake that almost ruined everything. So in today's video, I'm going to explain to you what I made from that $37 in 30 days. So stick to the video as I show you or teach you more things or what I made from that during the period of that time. So I bought 100 chicks. What do I mean by I bought 100 chicks, set up a small pen and decide to document everything from feeding to profit. That is how I do it. So in this video, I'm going to explain everything, the steps I follow, and what I made in 30 days with the $37 that I start with. The $37 that I start with is the amount which I start with. So I tell you about the chicks. I'm going to break down everything with you from day 1 to week 4 when they are 30 days and they are ready for market size. When they are 30 days and they are ready for market size. So in day 1, I bought the chicks. I set up the feed bags and everything. So that is how I started it. In week 1, show chick, and you can see in my week 1, I bring out the chicks since they are day old. I feed them. I feed them. They are feeding and everything. They were good that time. They were feeding. I give them drinkers. I clean the place, everything. I wash it. I wash their drinkers. I put antibiotics. I give them glucose. I give them glucose in my day 1. Still in that week, I still continue feeding them with my starter feed. So in my starter feed, then in week 2, they start growing and feeding properly. And in week 2, you will understand that they are feeding, and since they have increased in growth, they are feeding too. They will be feeding more. They will be feeding more. You can see, you will be seeing that they will be feeding more. So that is how I feed them in week 2. I will calculate everything later. I'll calculate everything what they are eating week 2. So week 3, they grow bigger and cost increasing. What do I mean by cost increasing? As they are increasing in size, they also increase in their feeding method. Reason because they will eat more in their 3rd week. I tell you, in their 3rd week is when I made that crucial mistake. The crucial mistake I made in their 3rd week is I reduced the weight in which I give them feed. What do I mean by reducing the weight? Before, I give them feed like 3 times in a day. So since I have seen that they have increased in the way in which they feed, so I reduce it to 2, which is one of the best mistakes I made in the second in my 3rd week. I made that mistake by not giving them feed during the afternoon time. So they were reducing in size. Some of them even start quelling, some of them start dying. But I thank God that I was able to master it all. I was able to master those. I was able to notice early that it was this. And another mistake I made in 3rd week is the vaccination schedule was jumped. I jumped one of the vaccination schedule that was given to me by a vet. So I jumped one of the vaccination schedule that was given to me by a vet. So I jumped one of the vaccination schedule, which is the third gumboro. I jumped the 3rd gumboro and went ahead, I give them Lasota, which after I've taken one of the bed for test, was they were noticing Newcastle. So in that 3rd week, I have to come back and reschedule the vaccination. I have to come back and reschedule it and make the vaccination, which is the vaccination. I changed the vaccination method. I've changed the vaccination method, and I still come and give them the vaccine. So these are the 2 mistakes I made in the 3rd week. The first mistake was changing their feeding method, and the second mistake is changing the vaccination schedule. I jumped the vaccination schedule, so there was some outbreak which causes a small mortality in the farm. So the 4th week, they were also listening to market size. So that week is the week in which I sell them early because I was able to give them more feed. I was able to give them more feed in my 4th week. I was able to give them more feed in my 3rd week. So that is the thing that they reach market size. So let me break down everything for you. I'm gonna give you the breakdown of everything from the 1 to the 2. Total number of chicks I bought were 100. I bought 100 chicks. And the total mortality I have was 5. I also have 5 mortality out of 100. That means 95. I sold 95 birds after 30 days. I sold 95 birds after 30 days. So let me give you the breakdown. Total cost of chicks. I bought those chicks as $37 US. That is why I tell you I started poultry with $37 US. And then I will give you the percentage of how much I made in 30 days. So number one, the cost of chicks was what? $37 US. That is what I used to buy the chicks for $37 US. Then what? Then I bought feed. Their feed was what? I bought the feed as what? At $10 US. I bought their feed at $10 US, making how much? $37 US plus $10 US. It will give you the sum total of what? $47 US. That is for what? For the total cost of chicks and what? And the feed, the standard feed I gave them from beginning to the end. So, and I still use medication. All those vaccination I give them, the vaccination I give them and the rest. So I still use the vaccination I give them. That vaccination, I bought the medication for $3 US. I bought the medication and vaccination for $3 US for that period of time. So the cost of feed is $7 US, and the feed starter in which they chose $10 US, and the medication $3 US, making how much? Total investment of what? $50 US. Now, when they reach market rate and the period, there was high demand of broilers for meat. I think it was the festive period, so there was high demand of what? Of broiler during that time. People are in need of meat always. So my total sale was what? $100 US. That is my total sale was $100 US. So if you calculate everything, because everything here I spent $50 US with their chicks, everything, and so my end point, my net profit was $45 US. I tell you, I have 5% mortality. So some of them were not able to reach. So my net profit, everything that I came from my $37 US, I get more of $45 US from it. I get $45 US. I will get $45 US from it. After 30 days, I sold them, and I have that amount as my net profit. So please, if today is your first time of watching this video, kindly subscribe to the channel. And I will be giving you, in my next video, I will try to turn the profit into what? Into more. Maybe I will try to turn the profit to 200 US. As you can see, I started small, and I'm a small scale farmer. Kindly subscribe to the channel. Matthew Farms, kindly subscribe to the channel. Thank you.